Now, if you're watching this replay on YouTube, I am going to be responding to people live in the chat as it happens. I think, actually, I'm going to do myself a favor. I'm going to put the chat on the screen here. Give me 1 second. This radio show is for a game I've been playing for well over a decade now. It is for Wrestler Unstoppable. If you don't know what Wrestler Unstoppable is, I mean, most of you who are coming to this probably do know what it is, but just in case, it is a Facebook wrestling game that sort of came in, welcome back, sort of came in back in the years when Farmville, Cafe World, Mafia City, Mafia World maybe? I don't know, it's been so long. When those were the peak Facebook games. This was a different game. This was much different. But yeah, let's just not waste any more time. We're going to get into the news here. I have some assorted news that I've gone on, and I'm also just kind of bullshit my way. I'm going to bullshit my way through this. You can see I'm not even a professional radio host because I'm already stuttering. I'm already saying shit out of order, but who cares? You gotta do things a little different every now and then. So let's just get right into the start of the news. We have seen some people come back in the feed, at least today. I don't know if it's gonna be permanent fixtures, because a couple of these people I've seen come back a few times. Down in the Wrestler Unstoppable feed today, we have seen a couple people come back today, at least to my knowledge. I don't think I've seen them. I checked their walls, they've been gone for a bit. We saw the brief returns of, I say brief because they're probably going to disappear because that's the nature of the beast, Holly Cyanide and Starry, two big names in the scene. You know, they've done a lot. I could sit here and harp about their accomplishments, but you know, it kind of brings into the fact that it's a weird time for Wrestler Unstoppable right now. You're seeing a lot of returns, a lot of people coming back after so long, or just kind of rediscovering the game. I've seen so many people come onto the feed and say, oh, this game's still around? That's fucking crazy. Thought it would have bit the dust a while ago. And, you know, I think a lot of people thought that. Even people who stopped playing the game way back in the early 2010s, people who still play it, a lot of people think it's crazy that the game's still around. But I, for one, am thankful. You know, there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of things happening here and there that can make it a little annoying to be a part of the community. But I think this is truly one of the best online communities for people's dedication, for people coming back to the game day after day, month after month, after extended absences like these people. We also saw somebody who was... they're pretty in and out, and rightfully so. They've been around for a long time. There's the essence of burnout. There's the essence of not much to do. That's all fair. I saw Destroyer getting pretty vocal on the feed there. I actually briefly got to talk to them in a brief conversation. Hopefully some exciting news I get to talk about soon. If not, oh well, but keep an eye out for something good there. And by all means, if there's somebody else who I've missed recently come back, I think I saw Level do something a couple days ago. VDA Legend Destroyer, exactly. We're going to be getting into VDA pretty soon here. Believe it or not, we're going to be talking about viewer discretion advised, the USL stable. Mad Cow. Yeah, I saw that name get mentioned. By all means, tell me who that is. Like, in-game name copy paste so I can actually fan them up. You know, let's just use that VDA mention there as a sort of transition into things. Let's talk about the current state of the Unstoppable Stable League, USL, for people who don't like long words, and just the current state of it. As you all know, so I'd like to give special thanks for being the first people to come into the radio show here, from Maeve and Wabbit Messiah here, formerly known as Karate Bunny, formerly known as Jobu, probably formerly known as another name. I just haven't been around long enough to know it. But yeah, USL, Wabbit Messiah here, Kabong, is actually a member of viewer discretion advised, who recently won the Season 701 championship over my stable that I'm a part of, BAR, Brotherhood of Alpha Rejects. It was a hell of a battle, really close, a really insane ending, honestly. You know, that's why I really love about USL. There is half the teams, a tenth of the teams there used to be. We used to have, what, 16 groups, I think was the max, or was there 20? I remember back in the day, I would go up and down 4 groups here and there, just trying to join as many groups as I could. For those of you who are newer to Wrestler Unstoppable or might not remember, or just, you know, let me give brief information on USL as is. USL is where you can form groups of up to 10 people and go and compete against different, other groups. You know, there's groups that have been around since the beginning, very few, but there are, and there's groups that have more recently formed. Yeah, check that out there. USL Season 96 had 32 groups. That is fucking insane. Yeah, Maeve, you're still fresh as hell to the scene relatively, but look at where you are. You made a hell of a name for yourself. You're the 25 million coin woman, which we're going to be talking about that later on as well, you know, trying to transition from thing to thing. Focusing back in on USL, though, every week on Sunday, love that, every week on Sunday, there is the championship match between the two top stables. And just last week, just happened to be Bar, my group, against Wappin Messiah's group, VDA. Let's talk about the results match by match here. We had the Hawkster losing out to Karate Bunny, or Wappin Messiah. I'm just reading off the nameplates here, so it's a pain in the ass. We had Cosmic Vegan losing against Destroyer. Blakey losing against Mystic Soldier. Nightcrawler losing against Dez. I'm saying, I just repeated how they say it on After Hours. Look at me, I'm such a copycat. Redneck Avenger took the loss to DVT, Dick Von Thunderpants. We had Whiplash losing out to the Moose. 187 losing out to Davila? I'll never know how to pronounce that. Myself, the Extreme Enigma, losing out to Honey Thunder Apples. Mithras losing to DVT, DW losing to Huey Lewis, and finally Psychotic Rage losing to Mithras. It was 5-6 with VDA getting the deciding pinfall there. So congratulations to viewer discretion advised for that 701 title. It is definitely not their first, and it definitely won't be their last. A bunch of talented individuals, without a doubt. And one of the most consistent groups as well. You see a lot of people come in and out of stables, especially the stable I'm a part of. We have a rotating... Did you get a big count out? I thought it was a pinfall. You see a lot of people transition in and out of stables, especially now that there's so few stables out there. It's Devia. I always say Dez. Yeah, I think it's Dez. Because back in the day, he used to be called Destroyer. In fact, back when me and him were trading wins and losses, mostly my losses in Impact Wrestling. Hawk timed out. Okay, I got you. That was a very tight clock match. I was watching that like a hawk, because I am definitely the person who's on 24/7. I have no fucking life. But moving on from last week, we currently have the current Season 702 Championship. It is Punitive Ensemble. Panini, who fucking knows, versus School of Hard Knocks. Let's get a quick rundown of both rosters here and hope the copyrighted music doesn't play before I can mute it. We're good. Punitive Ensemble is led by Bad Dr. Jive and has the members Minifei, Half Nelson, Ella Capone, Striker, Cicelu, again, weird names, Black Lilith, Marquis de Sade, Dark Warrior, and Uber Vegan TPO. Over on School of Hard Knocks, it is led by Izzy, with the members Raven, Rock Racer, Big Papa, Dawn Shadow, Rimtu T, Tuki, I would never pronounce that correctly, Super Saint, Sassy Applebee's, Strangleheart, and the superstar Daniel Starr. Fun fact, Rock Racer, he's a Bar alumni. So, I gotta say that School of Hard Knocks has my vote in this. Down in chat, who do you think is getting this? Yeah, that's a big grab right there with the Vegan. Who do you think is coming away with the win here? Do you got School of Hard Knocks? Do you got Punitive Ensemble? I think PE has really improved over the past while. They have done a lot to not only improve their win-loss rates, but improve their overall quality within the matches. I do a lot of scouting for personal reasons myself. Not personal reasons, everybody scouts, you know what I mean. And I've noticed a lot of improvement from PE in the past couple months. Although School of Hard Knocks, they are, as far as I'm aware, I think School of Hard Knocks is the original, excuse me, sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. I think they are the original stable there. I don't think there's another stable that's been around like as long as School of Hard Knocks, because if you go back way into USL and you look at Season 1, I'm looking at the past champions, because if you click on USL or tap on it if you're on your phone, you can go there and you can see the past champions starting at Season 2. School of Hard Knocks has been around since the beginning. I don't know if they were there for Season 1, but I imagine they were. Season 1 has just sort of fallen to the wayside. Closing this little quick subject here, though, School of Hard Knocks won the Season 4 championship, and after that, it's a whole lot of names you don't see anymore. We got Fusion, disappeared from the face of the earth. The Foundation, disappeared. All-Stars, gone. Summer Camp, gone. Goes on and on and on. USL to me has been extremely interesting, no matter how many teams there are. I competed in a fair few semi-popular to popular stables back in the day. I was actually a member briefly, very briefly, of Fusion. I was a member of Notorious for a little bit. And I think those are the only real super big names. Before I joined Bar, I actually was a part of English Lions, who, from what I remember, they used to be a pretty big name. But unfortunately, things happen. Notorious, you're old. I am old, actually. The crazy thing is, my manager, or me, for the uninitiated, when I refer to manager, it's saying the wrestler in the game. The manager is the person playing the game, so that's me. I'm only 25. So when I first started Wrestling Unstoppable, that was 12 years ago. I was 13. Welcome in, Dobra. Dirty White Boys ruled. Tell me, who was in Dirty White Boys? I don't really remember them, but by all means, educate me. I'm very dumb, to say the least. Yes, Sundays are a bit of a pain. I'll admit there's some days I come in and it's like, oh, USL? I don't want to fucking do USL. Fuck that, dude. But, you know, I still go in there, still do it. It's a fun time for me. I get to just go in, kind of go brain dead, hammer in on matches, and I've gotten a lot of great advice from a fair few bit of people, you know? Now, I gotta thank the members of BAR, especially, Mithras, Davia, and Dez for teaching me the ropes in terms of sets. I actually learned what sets were from a very surprising person, and I'm waiting for chat to light up here. I learned what sets were from none other than Ricky Hot Rock. Now, personal opinions aside, everybody's opinions aside, I do gotta give a quick thank to Ricky Hot Rock, because, you know, again, personal opinions aside, Desmond, they did teach me that about the game, because I used to just hammer whatever fucking moves I wanted to. I'd do a back rake, and then I'd try dropping a drop kick, and then I'd try a body slam. It was horrific. But thanks to advice from multiple people, I now know how to actually play the game without getting brutally hate-fucked in the middle of the ring. So thank you to them. Mixed jobber, I was awful. You should have seen my old matches. It was disgusting. I was like, how come I never win titles? I was getting fucked up. So moving on from USL and teams I wish were still around. Let's talk about, you know, some companies briefly. If I'm just kind of bouncing around here and there in terms of subjects, gonna bounce off the chat here, just kind of get things going. And again, Dobra, if you want to tell me who was in Dirty White Boys, I would love to identify some more people. But moving on, there are some companies as of late that are kind of, you know, falling off, or not falling off, excuse me, that's a poor termage. There are some companies that are closing doors, as well as companies that are coming back. I think the biggest news, in my opinion, is the unfortunate closing of the Church of Conk, headed up by none other than, well, Conk. Conk is another person who I've really grown to be I would say a friend of. I know the term friend in Wrestling Unstoppable and WU is kind of a mixed bag phrase to throw around, but I mean that truly. I look at Conk as a friend. He has taught me a lot of ropes. He essentially helped me get back into GMing on a large scale, both through GMing for him, working with him, and Natalia Nitro. Really a good time overall, working with Conk. But yeah, Church of Conk is closing down. From what I understand, it is going to be so he can focus on personal ventures and titles, such as titles in RAWF, another company we'll get into as things go on. Oh, that's good. Lee Enfield right off the bat. That is a name I haven't heard in a long fucking time. Goodness gracious. Yeah, Church of Conk is unfortunately closing down. I've seen a lot of great things happen here. From the World Domination events to Johnny Blaze's Drunk exclusive events. I think Conk had really brought a familiar yet new-ish flavor at the time, because outside of companies that were purely focused on events, I myself at least, and I could be stupid as shit, I didn't really see a whole lot of companies that focused on weekly shows as well as events. But now it seems to be a new normal. I'm not saying Conk convinced that, I'm just saying this was my first exposure to that on a big company scale. Excuse me. Obviously we have Sassy's Beach House. We have this, we have that. You don't want to get your channel shut down for OOC. I think that tells me who you are. Go crazy here on Twitch. Twitch is essentially a different platform. I'm just using the platform to talk, but do what you want to do there. Yeah. Church of Conk closing down, but that just means that the other two companies that are part of the HIP conglomerate, that being WU Ultimate Fighter, it's hard to pronounce, as well as the HIP. I recommend both companies, big time. Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously don't sit here and chat and say, I want to stab X person. But, you know, I think we're allowed a certain amount of, I would guess to say freedom. Obviously don't just come in here and say, rabble, this, that. But, you know, we can talk about subjects at hand, subjects happening, because they are happening within the game. Moving on from that, another company that I want to talk about that I did briefly bring up there, I think the biggest company in... in Wrestler Unstoppable. Jesus Christ. Radical American Wrestling Federation. Everybody, again, has their own opinions about RAWF, but there is no denying they are the biggest company out there. I think the only companies that have them beat in terms of sheer members is IWA, International Wrestling Alliance, the company ran by Stephanie Wilson-Elliott's. I think they're at, like, what, 400 members? I'm going to fact check that as I talk. But yeah, RAWF is absolutely killing when it comes to engagement, events, overall grandiosity? Who knows? And you really got to give a hand to Lord Amadeus, the Razor. I think he's a part of the board. He's called the chairman of RAWF, so I'm not sure exactly what that pertains to, per se. By the way, IWA has 322 members. Just checked it out. Grandee's nuts! But, yeah, if you guys haven't checked out RAWF, you know, it's a very heavy-handed company in terms of you gotta do a lot to get somewhere, but that kind of brings it the quote-unquote legitimacy. The very heavy quotes legitimacy of it. There is always something to do in RAWF. Some of the events, such as Road to Stardom, have kind of fallen off the wayside, but at the very least, there's stuff going on such as Powerball, stuff going on such as the Hatfield-McCoy tourney, Anything Goes, High Voltage. And I'm not going to sit here and run through the whole thing, because if you want to hear more RAW stuff, you got to go over to After Hours, most every Saturday over on Blog Talk Radio. Fan Lord Amadeus in the game. You'll get all the updates you need about that. There's another company I can talk about here. You know, again, this is spontaneous. I'm not used to the live radio show thing. What's another company? Who do I got here? That's the USL Championship. We talked about that. We talked about RAWF. Briefly talked about the HIP. Ahem. What's the ahem for? Oh, you mean a little company that starts with no? Is that what we're getting at here? I don't care if it's what you're getting at or not. I'm going to talk about them. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk briefly about No Mercy Wrestling. No Mercy Wrestling. This is a... Joey A has blackmail foot. Whoa! Whoa! Hey! Oh. We're getting spicy. I like it. I like a little bit of spice here. Hell yeah. But No Mercy Wrestling, they're actually one of the companies that I don't pay enough attention to. I need to pay more attention to them, because No Mercy Wrestling has been around for a long fucking time. I'm pretty sure they even have a shirt in the store. I'm gonna double check that. And my store is broken. I think my cache does just need to be cleared. 11 years. Yeah, 11 years. Think about that. How many companies can say they've been around for 11 years? Is that 11 constant years, too? Never been in a company where someone can take infinite losses and continue to get title shots. Yo! And disclaimer here for anybody listening. I'm not taking any side of drama. I'm not taking any side of a feud or this or that. I'm observing and talking. I am a neutral party. I'm a very neutral party. But keeping it rolling here. No Mercy Wrestling actually is currently running the... It's Royal Rumble knockoff. No, I'm kidding. Since when? They're currently running the Reckoning Battle Royal. That is a prize of 500,000 coins on the line here. From what I imagine, it's just a pay-per-view promotional event here. Let's take a look at who's in that and who's doing well. So round one is one of those abbreviated rounds where it's only got a few matches going on. We got Hitman, Sean Sherd, Johnny, the not going to pronounce that, Tatum, Arachnia, the Razor, Conk, and myself in a match against each other. That's fucked up. Revelation and Invader X. Just found something on the feed I can talk about. Honey Thunder Apples is actually running a Spooktober Funtivities Join and Leave over in, I want to say, it's over in her company HTA's Apple Orchard. Go check it out. The prizes for that, for the champion, you get 50 wrestler bucks, the Poison Apple Championship, and for the runner-up, you get 20 wrestler bucks. Quarterfinalists, you get 15 wrestler bucks, It is a 5-day timer, 150% health multiplier tournament. It's a free join and leave, and there's also a little, little difference event you can do. You can go in, pick a number, and there's prizes. Who knows what the prizes are? Maybe it's a spider. Maybe it's a piece of candy. Maybe it's a double-barrel shotgun. Who knows? You never know in the world at large. Last company we're going to talk about here is just a random company I'm going to pick out from the feed here. Magic Wolfman is bringing back R and RW, which is, I'm currently trying to pull it up at the speed of light and I'm failing, Rock and Roll Wrestling. So obviously, like I said, there are a lot of companies shutting down, but there are a lot of companies coming back from the dead, working their way back into the feeds. I believe Gator Dean, it brought back a company. Was it Get a Grip Wrestling, I want to say? And currently, Rock and Roll Wrestling, like I said, they are running this revival event of sorts. And I'm going to quickly pull up the scene here. So they're looking for members and GMs. Hit up Magic Wolfman for an invite. They are looking for, people to just sort of bring back the flavor. The hype, the feeling. Wrestle Unstoppable is in the middle of a revival in the best way. There's a lot happening. You can look in any part of the feed, no matter how quiet it is, and find something happening. Maeve, you're in too many companies? I'm in too many companies. I'm in... How many companies am I in? I'm in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm in 11 companies, including my own company. It'll stay active right until the point Gator gives Billy Gunn the checkbook again. Interesting. I will also say, for the most part, I'm like, hey, I'm neutral, this, that, and the other thing, but I will say that without saying too much, I'm aware of where Billy Gunn is and why he has seriously taken a bit of absence, and I will just say it is for a legitimate reason. That's not me trying to be a dick rider or trying to cover somebody's ass, just legitimately conveying the information that I am able to convey. So if you're a member of Determined Nation Alliance, patience is key. I know it can be annoying, but the patience is appreciated. I know I actually run 3 shows over in Determination Alliance. I run Planetary Dominance, House of Hardcore, and the Tag Team show. So I know it can be a little frustrating when shows aren't happening, but like I said, patience is appreciated, and just, I appreciate the patience. You're in 20 companies, holy shit! Even if some are closed, that is fucking nuts. I'm in the most companies now that I've ever been in, to say the fucking least. I couldn't even dream of doing this many companies back in the day. I used to flounder doing the companies I did, just those alone. So moving on to I say one thing 1 second, then I contradict it. Let's talk about some controversial things at hand here. Let's talk about sort of the state of the game and some things that are or not in the game. About only 6 of them are active. Well, I gotta say, Wabbit, thank you for joining ILW. You're actually in a #1 contenders match tonight, so keep an eye on that. You better be paying attention to ILW, Maeve. You better. I gotta drop a promo on Black Irish. Don't let me forget. Fuck, I sidetracked myself. Oh, we're gonna be talking about things I've seen come up in the feed recently, and that is the state of, I suppose, the store would be the best way to put it. I've seen some comments here and there about, why can't we get new stuff added? Why can't this happen, that happen? You better pay attention. Thunder Wabbit 65, yeah! Who the fuck is the other... Oh, NMW, I was trying to think of ILW. I'm like, who the fuck is the other one? So I've seen a lot of people say that they want to see new items in the store. I don't know a damn thing about what happens. Hell yeah, I get that reference, but I don't know a damn thing about what happens behind the scenes. Who's running the show, who has the keys to the kingdom and all that. I don't know a damn thing. What I do know is this. And again, this is not me dick riding or trying to pick a side or defending. This is just me offering my unbiased opinion on things. This is truly how I feel about it. Wrestler Unstoppable is a, I believe, 13-year-old game. Did it debut in 2010 or 2011? Somebody correct me on that. I want to say it's at least 12 years old. It's an old game. We're coming up on another anniversary of the game debuting. This is essentially a game still stuck in the ways, the format, the formula, the everything, the essence of early Facebook gaming. Like I said at the introduction to this radio show, it is still stuck in the ways of games like Farmville, Cafe World, both behind the scenes and on the main scenes. I remember back in the day, there was even promotions where, hey, play this game, this random game on Facebook, you'll get Wrestler Bucks. That tells you how old this game is. That feature is, of course, gone by now. It still has the neighbor function, or in this case, training partners, which is broken. This is an old game that, to my understanding, is kind of running on glue, spite, and a lot of oil and vinegar. That's not to say the game is broken. So a lot of people may say the game is broken, the game is dead, etc. I don't believe that. It's an old game. I imagine, like Maeve just said, the coding, yeah, they can only do so much without making a brand new game. And that's the thing. A brand new game at this point for Wrestle Unstoppable, people have tried to do it before, excuse me. There was a game very briefly that was out, Warriors of Wrestling. I believe it was more of a beta or an alpha. I briefly checked it out, but it was so bare bones because it was still very early that not a lot could be done. There is not another game out there on the market like Wrestle Unstoppable. I truly believe this is the most unique wrestling game out there. There's other turn-based wrestling games. There's stuff like Fire Pro Wrestling. There's stuff more recently like Wrestling Empire. But Wrestle Unstoppable is its own unique thing. With being a unique thing comes unique circumstances, again, such as the code, such as the limitations. I also know that the people who used to make items are obviously no longer here. I don't know the full history of Bad Dude and what all he did, but Bad Dude was somebody who used to make graphics for the game, used to make graphics for wrestlers and promos and such. He is no longer in WU, and as far as I know, he just has nothing to do with the community outside of maybe some close friendships. That's just one person that we don't have. There's other people that were behind the scenes, including developers and Rocket Ninja, the former owners and devs of the game. They're not around. That's just how it is. This is the point where I'm going to behave and be quiet. That's fair. Hey, opinions are out there. I'm never going to get mad. You can call me a stupid bitch to my face. I won't get upset about it. But I think I understand where you're getting at, and I respect that. I respect you for that. Absolutely, please show me. I would love to see it. But yeah, everybody, I'm one of the people as well who wants to see some new things come to Wrestle Unstoppable. There's things that even I want to see added to the game. I'm going to pull up because I'm actually a big YouTube guy. You want to feel really silly? If you redeem a whole bunch of uwus or OOs, I'm not doing them. I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing them. There is stuff that I want to do. You wanted the Macho Mania! God fucking damn it. That I can do. Oh, Jesus. Okay, 5 minutes of Macho Mania. Redeemed by Maeve, because she's a little old bitch. Nah, you're gonna. Not used to it. Okay, so there's even things that I want to see get added to the game. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to find the document in my Google Drive right now. Here we go. I want to see things such as new moves get updated. Oh yeah. New UI. Oh yeah. Cream the crop stuff right there. There's a lot of stuff that can be done, but can't be done because of the state of the game behind the scenes. You know? This isn't a very good Macho Man voice, I'm aware. New moves will come in periodically. Oh yeah. Goodness. I actually have some moves I want to see get added in. Tell me why we don't have a choke slam yet. Macho Mania. We need the choke slam. Welcome in, Ty Miles Tamir. Did I get that right? There is a choke slam. Am I just fucking stupid? Wouldn't surprise me, brother. It's a very large chance I'm just kind of stupid. And I ain't even gonna dispute it. Is it a throw? Looking in the throws. Where are ya? Yeah, choke slam right there. I'm just dumb. I'm kind of tempted to talk to Will about that kind of thing, because I am I'm not saying I'm the only person with ideas, obviously, But I'm a very idea-oriented person, you know what I mean? I like to really bring things to the cream of the crop, make unique things. There's a lot of moves that could be added. I'm just currently drawing a blank. I'm trying to stay on this topic so I don't have to switch topics and fuck it up with my voice, brother. But yeah, some other things that I think could be added into the game to really add in some more flavor. More mid-range agility. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think the mid-range is kind of stuck, honestly. The only things I see people really use for mid-range are strength and a little bit of speed, but it's really the same 3 moves for speed. It's basement, drop kick, running shoulder, and then it's either running splash or, what's it called? Running splash or rope ride. Cutter, ARBL, flying neck. Oh yeah, that's crazy. Stuff that I want to see. I think something that would be interesting. I'm just going to read straight off the document here, so this could be a little dated, brother. Stay with me here. Oh, those are the only mid-range. Ugh. No shit, I should know that, because literally my moveset, piece for piece, I've used it before, so it's not like it's a secret. I hip toss, cutter, hair BL, and then I do that weird shit. A subscription box, bots, that'd be great. Running shoulder, running splash, slingshot, back body, all clones. Okay, alright. Here are things I think should get added in. Better match setup. And again, I'm just reading straight from a document here, so forgive me if this sounds a little robotic. With a lot of wrestlers using odd characters in their names or rosters just being big in general, oh yeah. It can be a hassle without autocomplete or copy pasting names into the add wrestler area. To circumvent this, when clicking add wrestler, there could be a drop down with either search by name or select from roster. This can be doubled down by searching by division, but I think that would be too much for the code. Huge reason the Webbies seized, what, the names or the move thing? I actually was almost tempted to message the people behind the Webbies and say, hey, can I just fucking run them? I'm a big stats guy, I got nothing better to do in my life. I'm 25 with nothing to do. Yeah, that's fair. Along with this, an option for best of X matches would create more fluid processes for rivalries or 3 stages of hell-style matches. Simply make it to where once a match ends, code allows for another one to automatically start. More simplistic match setup options could be the option to have multiple titles on the that sentence didn't make any fucking sense. Basically make it so multiple titles can be on the line. Were you behind the Webbies? Okay, I can end the voice now. Did you do the Webbies? Because if you're one of the people, I would love to legitimately talk. And I'll even give you my Facebook through DMs so we can properly talk about that. Because I fucking love stats, dude. I'm all about it. My Kingdom for Hall of Fame to have a list of names or linked to templates, not just the images. Oh, yeah. You, Clay, or Acne and DVT. Yeah, by all means, let me send you my Facebook, if you don't mind, on Wrestling Stopple, and we can talk through that. Or we can just talk through WU DMs. What I don't understand about the links thing is why don't they just have like a Google Doc on the side that just has like, you know, the brackets, parentheses, just ready to go. So they can just paste that in there. Because I think that's probably one of the bigger parts of just posting is just finding all that shit. Maybe they do have copy paste. Maybe I'm stupid. I'm probably stupid. You sell Arachne to put in that kind of work. Hey, I'm hoping one day I can get big enough to where I can just put my own hat into this. Yeah, exactly. I'd love to just tell her, like, hey, if somebody can just, like, if somebody knows where a link to, like, the more recent Hall of Fame thing is, I'll just do that in my free time. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. Some of them things are going to be hard as fuck to find, obviously, but yeah. This fucking guy. Ooh, brother. Anyways, back to the things I think should get added into the game. Better stats access. I think I remember this one being sort of something I was going to delete, honestly. That's why Sean Hurd hates me now. In order to see a wrestler's individual accomplishments within a company outside of heavy logging in a document or a scene, the most you'll be able to do is copy and paste their entire accomplishment tabs and then export the entire roster to find one wrestler's wins and losses. I think to make this an easier process, make it to where you can click on a wrestler's name in the roster section and it brings up like a mini profile with a simple UI and easy to understand information. Wins, losses, current titles, a little drop down that shows what title they've won. And again, this is all before I learned the specific shitfest that is the code of what I understand about it. Even more specific information, such as time within the company. This is all accessible if you export a roster, but only GMs have that option. A lot of people have been within companies several times, or with a few years or more, so having more accessible stats would not only serve as a good way to show off accomplishments, but help with things such as Hall of Fame consideration or general accolades. Let me tell you from personal experience, I'm currently in the talks with Damian Payne and Mr. Mack to get the next grouping of the 5-star Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame together. It's a bitch, even with my stat-heavy self. Oh, rip. Damn you, Rocket Ninja! Damn you! Proper tag teams. I'm surprised this isn't a thing in the game, because this to me seems super fucking simple. It's probably not. I don't know shit about coding. Proper tag teams. Going back slightly to better match setup, have an option to physically make teams within a company. So like another little tab along the top of the company wall for this, and have a list of tag teams applied. This could have similar functions to the above point with better stats access, and could also be an option with match setup on a drop-down menu when searching within the roster. Like that was a thing back in 1.0. You'd go on somebody's profile and you'd see a tag team linked. Oh yeah, an overall record like 1.0 would be nuts. God, imagine like the fucking stats on the Gigi ults. That'd be fucking insane. Oh my goodness. It has to be able to actually have the default partner drop in setting matches. Yes, thank you. Because like, I don't mind typing in, but like when I have like a big enough match card, it's so fucking annoying to like. God, especially when I was doing big shows in the Church of Conk for After Party, it was such a pain. Because you had people like Joey A, who changes their name every fucking week. No hate to him, he just legitimately changes his name every week and it becomes a pain. Or people with special characters like Prince. He has that weird character at the beginning of his name, to where you can't even search Prince and have his name come up that way. You gotta search. Again, no hate whatsoever. They can live their lives. I'm just mad about it. And finally, actual gold. Give company owners the option to have like a little PNG for their title belts to give the titles more personality. An in-game belt creator would be easy to create if the code wasn't so fucking insane. But like honestly, I think what the game needs is, I'm sure it wouldn't allow for it, but a dedicated coder might be able to whip some stuff up. But I think the general consensus is it'd have to be a whole new game at this point. Set the tag match to have champs start like UK in singles. Yes, thank you. I kid you not. I don't know if I just have the worst luck ever. Some days I'll put like the tag champs on the left side, the other side will start, and vice versa. I don't know if it's randomized or what. Newsfeed improvements. Do y'all remember global press releases? Remember, I think it was like up in the top right below the message box. There's literally no rhyme or reason. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, do you remember global press releases? Anybody? Where you look on the top right and anybody could post a press release for the entire world to see? Like, whether you had them fanned or not. It was great, but awful at the same time. All these changes need money. The owners shouldn't invest if players don't. Players shouldn't invest if the owners don't. Circle goes round and round. Bingo, you got it right there. This is me just being wishful thinking, essentially. But I appreciate the realistic take on that. I truly do. That's not me being condescending. I genuinely appreciate the realistic take there. Shows what titles you currently hold and how long you've owned it. Agree there. I think that could be possible. Could be with the current code, just like showing what titles somebody currently has. Again, probably not because the code is a relic, but wishful thinking. You know what I'm saying? Hey, real quick, I'm gonna cheat live on Twitch. Who's got a good set idea versus Psychotic Rage? I'm in the finals of a tournament and I really need a banger to finish that match. Yeah, math is crazy, especially when you're in so many companies. Using my radio show for my own personal gain. Me and Psychotic Rage! I'll put a link in chat because I'm just a little bastard like that. It's Psychotic Rage, if you see this, sorry, I'm desperate. I want a title. I don't have a title in SFL yet. Fuck you, Wabbit. I'm not doing that shit. You want me to die? You want me to cry? Yeah, I'm just going all over the place. I'm just going all over the place right now. But yeah, I think the general consensus for that section, that parts of the little radio show here is just like, hey, things are kind of wild here right now. Things are kind of wild and crazy. Code is crazy. We're all having fun all the same. Small, medium, fatigue boost, medium, finisher. You know what? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna go for that. He had a defense, so I gotta see what sets I currently have in. I think I have that. What the hell's CD? I gotta clear my fucking cache. Sorry, I'm just fucking sidetracked to all hell. Is it bad that I just don't use fatigue boosts? Oh, Canadian Destroyer. Duh. Yeah, I have that. Wait, did you say Canadian Destroyer? I do that and I never have enough, like, excuse me, I have too much fatigue to get that off. Are you guys just doing 100 momentum finishing moves or something? My moveset's still fucked. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go in blind. I'm gonna do, I'll throw speed at him. Because I know speed, I've figured out I can hit a pretty decent speed set. You double the CD sometimes? Jesus Christ. Yeah, speed's hitting, so I'll let you guys know if I get this win live on radio here. Oh god, 55. Here's something crazy. At 57 fatigue, I'm gonna try hitting a DDT, then a top rope. I fucking hit it, let's go! I won the match, let's go! Won a tournament live on radio. Let's fucking go, lads. I shouldn't be talking about this live on air because somebody's going to steal this fucking set. But it's so basic. Like, anybody could figure it out. Oh my goodness. I hope that's not a glitch. Like, if that's actually something that happens as part of a glitch, then oopsie poopsies. I'm going to go yell at DVT to give you my title. Well, that's something we can talk about here. Let's talk about what it means to be a character in WU, because there are some people who have it absolutely down to a T, and some people who I think could improve. I'm not going to talk about the people who can improve, because that can be seen as negative, but I'm going to talk about some of my favorite characters, some of my favorite people in WU. I think, honestly, the best example of pure gimmick right now, let's talk about Hobo Ezekiel. Mainly over in Radical American Wrestling Federation. I don't know if he's in any other companies. This guy is a fucking tree. There's dedication, then there's the work that gets put into your character and into your presentation. This person, Hobo Ezekiel, has custom-made promos, custom-made this, that. He, top to bottom, is exemplary. It's like, no! Shut up! Old boy's a few nuggets short of a happy meal, though. Valid. Some other people who I think just really understand character work here. Something, a name that might rustle some jimmies here, but fuck it. Griffith absolutely knows what he's doing when it comes to presentation and how to act. Oh yeah, Chris Cage. He is, in my opinion, the best character. That's not just me saying that as a former rival, well, current rival, former tag team partner. I think Chris Cage has evolved from somebody who was, back in the days of Extreme Wrestling Entertainment, somebody very base, very, just kind of the wrestler. This guy, he's got heart in him, but he doesn't really do a whole lot, into, like I said, one of the best characters out there. I talk a lot of shit about Chris Cage, and I will continue to talk shit about him. Fuck that guy. Fuck that creepypasta knockoff. I'll never take a chance to not talk about him. Or I'll never not take a chance to talk about him. Still mad about Go Big Bro? Hey, next time that rolls around, I might just have to win it and steal it out from underneath him. But Chris Cage is in the peak of his career for character work right now. And honestly, in-ring work as well. He consistently beats the shit out of me. I got lucky, actually, against him in the semifinals for the tournament. I just beat Psychotic Rage 4 in the end. Go Big Bro, you say. Oh, don't tell me you're behind that too, Wabbit, you fuck. Or did you win one? Why do you do so many things, you piece of shit? I'm kidding. Chris Cage is an example of how people can come along with encouragement from other players. Exactly. I think that's a big thing, really pushing around. Sorry, I had to respond to DVT there. going to fight for the UK title. There's a lot of people who are really just supported by those around them in small ways or in big ways. Let's talk about Billy Gunn. He joined School of Hard Knocks and instantly improved. Like, he instantly knocking shit out of the park. Chris Cage, like you just mentioned. No, thank God, but the mastermind of it is currently in the stable and there's been talk. Oh my. Oh my. Excitements. I think some people who could really use some improvement, and when I say improvement, they're already doing well, but they can do much better. Albatross Unlimited, Belt Collector. This guy came out of fucking nowhere, self-admittedly gets his dick kicked in, but still comes back for more. It's endearing. It's interesting to see how he just comes back positively. He hasn't quite found his voice, but hey, it takes a while for people to find their voice. I was fucking terrified the first time I called into After Hours. I had no idea what the fuck was going to happen, in character, out of character. I didn't know what was going on. But I like to think that I've sort of grown into a more comfortable position, both on the radio and off the radio, in terms of knowing where I'm at, knowing what I'm doing, so on and so forth. Fun fact, British Brawlers. I don't think it's officially announced. Or maybe it is. I'm going to double check. British Brawlers Association is going to be part of Bound for Glory. And I am going to talk about Bound for Glory towards the end. I'm just waiting. Yep, I did announce the British Brawlers Association is going to be part of Bound for Glory, along with a whole bunch of other companies. Which, by the way, anybody here in chat, if you run a company or you GM for a company and you're not a part of Bound for Glory, but you want to be a part, hit me up. Let's talk. I want to include as much as possible. There is already going to be over 100 title matches happening. It'd be fucking crazy. I think I actually did talk with Mystic Maniac about something. Regarding that. I'm not gonna say the specifics of what. I'm gonna be vague about it. We talked something about somebody defending their interim world title, and then waiting on pay-per-view results. And then I gave him the permission to use a ILW title on the show, actually, which I'm going to check the pay-per-view for that. But yeah, Bound for Glory. If anybody here has anything to do with the company and wants to get involved, let me know. I will happily feature you. I want to make this shit big as hell! Scythers is facing Griff for the unified title. Gotcha. Well, when's that pay-per-view? When's that happening? By the way, fun fact, all the background music you're hearing in the background, Jesus Christ, I made that. I did that. Where the fuck is the link for it? I looked in the pay-per-view scene, it's not there. Mystic, you bitch! Scenes? Reckoning pay-per-view, there it is. Hell yeah. Do I have a match? Did they give me a match on the card? I don't have a match, I'm gonna cry. I also barely do anything in the company, so I can't be too mad about it. I need to get better. Need to promo more. I am glad to see that he got the Rising Star Championship match on there, though. Anywho, I think we're going to slowly move into the closing moments of this, and what better way to close this out than talking about Bound for Glory, my events. They just ask for a match and Missy will give it to you. No, I'm scared. I have anxiety. I can't just do that. So, let's talk about Bound for Glory, my event over at Impact Legacy Wrestling. For those of you who don't know about Impact or Legacy Wrestling, let me give you a brief history. Impact Wrestling, as it formerly was known, was started by the in-game wrestler Scott Hall back in 2011. Was taken over by a now former wrestler. He's been out of the scene for a bit, Cody Hall. And then eventually went through a whole lot of ownership changes, eventually falling into my hands thanks to the wonderful Dez. Shout out to him. He was the first person I hit up after the game. Enigma versus Wabbit in 300% health, 1 hour time limit. Set that match now and I'll fucking fight you. Oh wait, no, Minnie said that. Punish him. Punish him for complaining. But yeah, Bound for Glory so far has 97 total matches, 95 title matches, 1 special match, which is yet to be talked about because you'll see it's something special, and 1 confirmed battle royal. Your benevolent task mistress I can't fucking speak, apparently. Jesus H. Christ. So here are the matches, a brief summary of the matches that are happening so far, starting from the bottom, going to the top. There is a Who's in Control Instant Match Cup. This cup is an ongoing weekly event that will start on October 29th and go until November 5th. Basically, get as many wins as you can within Unstoppable Elite Wrestling, the largest public corp, I believe, in Wrestler Unstoppable. Pretty much everybody's a part of it, unless the game has unfortunately stuck you in Hicksville or Dragon Pro. You get the most matches that aren't just clearly boosting, and you win 6.5 million coins. That is thanks to the lovely people, Sean Hurd and Honey Thunder Apples, for increasing the pots. So the Who's in Control Instant Match Cup, there's also the RAWF Fubar City Battle Royal. I believe there's 16 people who are going to be in that match so far, unannounced. I don't know if there's going to be sign up or it's going to be selected. We'll see as things go on. The Fate Wrestling Federation Combat Circle Circuit League. You owe me coins for that one? You want to donate to the cup as well? Hell yeah. I'll set up a tournament after things. Combat Circuit... fuck, it's so many words. Fate Wrestling Federation Combat Circle Circuit League. The winner will fight for the FWF television title. Hey, fuck you, you're a dork. I'm just dumb. There's going to be the currently unannounced match, which is sure to be big time. Just wait for it, you're not ready for it. 2 5-star Pro Wrestling title matches, 2 Avengers Assemble title matches, 3 Fate Wrestling Federation title matches. Don't threaten you with a good time. 4 Sexual Frustration League title matches, 5 title matches from the Church of Conk, which I'm not sure how it's going to go now that the church is closing. I need to talk with Conk more on that. 6 title matches each from both Lucha Dragons Wrestling and Party Crowd Championship Wrestling and NWA. 7 title matches from Revolt Championship Wrestling. 12 title matches from DNA, Determination Alliance. And 42 ILW title matches, including the newly minted and yet so far unannounced Trios Championships. If you know 3 people who want to fight for some gold, fucking let me know. Currently, there are a couple special things that might be happening, including the Fate Wrestling Federation television title might be a Triple Crown TV title match, because I currently hold the TV title in 5-star Pro Wrestling and Fate Wrestling Federation. I'm invoking my rematch clause for my ILW television title on this Wednesday. So I could be the Triple Crown champion, and I might just defend the title against somebody who's in all 3 companies. Then obviously that person, if they beat me, doubtable, they'll win all 3 titles. There is going to be a few people who are getting title matches as a thank you for joining the company specifically for Bound for Glory, and there are still matches to be announced for the following companies: WU Ultimate Fighter, Heavy Metal Pro Wrestling, No Mercy Wrestling, British Brawlers Association, The Hip, Wolfpack Wrestling, and I'm going to kind of give you guys a bit of a surprise here. I am in very brief talks. Talks need to be finalized, so don't take my word if this doesn't happen. Talks with Sassy's Beach House to host a special events. I'm also currently waiting on responses from the following companies / people. Again, don't get your hopes up. This is me trying to say, oh, I wish they'd fucking respond to me. I'm just saying I've made contact with them to try and get them to come onto the show to see if they want to. Hayabusa's World Wrestling, Dagda's Death or Glory, Crimson Dreams, American Powerhouse Wrestling, Welsh Fox Gallows, Divas and Demons, Black Scorpion Jennifer Black's Deep South Championship Wrestling, and Sarah Lee Johnson's Universal Wrestling League. If they don't respond, oh well. But I am trying to get at least one more company on board, because I believe I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 companies besides ILW competing. So I just need a couple more. We got 20 companies. That's the goal. I want 20 companies. I want this shit to be big as shit. You only have 3 belts in ILW? Bet. Do I have Commonwealth? I believe I messaged the owner of Commonwealth. Was it Mark Caliber? I want to say it was Mark Caliber. I believe I hit him up and I was like, hey, do you want to do something? I'm going to quickly check. I mean, if you could, that'd be super duper. You're a great middle woman, so let me see if I've hit him up. I actually did not contact him. I'm kind of stupid, so yeah, if you could be a middleman, that'd be super duper. Hey, Paragon of Greatness just hit me up for something. Hell yeah, that's good to see. Sounds like there's gonna be you hussy ask mark. Okay, fine, it will. God damn. It looks like Paragon of Greatness is gonna be coming over to ILW. That's a huge fucking name. God damn. That's fucking crazy. You heard it here, folks. Impact Legacy Wrestling just acquired Paragon of Greatness. Where Paragon knows, Nox, Neptune, and Frank are sure to follow. I fucking hope so, dude. We're so close to getting to 100. Excuse me, 100 members. That if we somehow made it to 100 members, I would be so excited. I even see Mark just joined a tournament 11 minutes ago. Absolutely wild. I should probably start that tournament. If we hit 100 members, I'm actually going to be hosting a couple special events. I'm thinking of doing maybe like 100 Wrestler Buck tournament for free, because I currently have 163 in the bank, and I run the daily tourneys where it's like 1 Wrestler Buck down for 10 Wrestler Bucks prize. So, you know, hopefully I can get some more in. Side note, thank you everybody for coming by and sticking by. It's been an hour plus in. We're sticking with 5 viewers. I never get this many viewers on my normal streams. It's telling me I gotta do this shit more often. I gotta be more prepared next time. I should have been more prepared before going into this. I really should have. But Broken Teeth Radio will be much more prepared and much more thought about next time. Who knows? Might be once a week, might be multiple times a week. Who knows? I do need guests. Here's the crazy thing, though. I don't know how to set up one of those phone things, and I don't have Skype. So it's going to have to be through Discord or something like that. I know some people have Discord, some don't. I'm going to have to figure that out. But, you know, yeah, as we're coming down to the end of the radio show here, I gotta say once again, thank you everybody for stopping by. If you're watching this on a replay over on YouTube, hopefully, first off, hopefully I got it posted soon enough. Because if not, oof, I'm a buffoon. The next episode is going to be a lot more condensed, a lot more like proper plan going on here. I was there sitting here on my computer and I was like, you know, the Extreme Enigma needs to host his show right now, immediately. So I did that. To be a little more in character as well. What you're seeing here really hasn't been Extreme Enigma. It's been more Gavin Black, more Ray Roney. You know, I also just realized we're still on the BRB screen. I'm a silly fucking goose. There we go. That's a good shit. One day I will be punished for my sins. But yeah, winding down here. I think the next episode of Broken Teeth Radio, I'm hoping to have it happen. Let's look at the calendar here. Why don't I come back to you guys either Thursday or Friday nights? Around the same time, midnight EST. If you are in an EST, look it up. Because I can't be fucked to look it up for you. I'm too lazy. So big thanks to the following people for stopping by. Minerva, otherwise known as Maeve. Kabong, otherwise known as Wabbit Messiah. Good old Timel Esmir, yes. And we also had somebody else come in very briefly. I believe their name was some variation of Doug. Don't know, the chat doesn't go high enough for that, but regardless, everybody stopped by. 5 a.m. GMT, 9 p.m. PDT. Get a load of the history and clock nerd over here. Everybody point and laugh at Minerva. Look at her. Look at her over there with her clocks. Everybody go, ha ha, nerd.